Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Congrats on having the best manager ever, OP. So nice to see a manager that stands by what he says and doesn't back down. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss a new video every single day. Ma'am, what did I tell you yesterday? I work at a comfort shoe store, which is family-owned and only local to our state. We're no ordinary shoe store, and we pride ourselves on being the best shoe fitters in the tri-state region. One of the saving graces of our retail position is that we're allowed to tell customers that they are wrong when it comes to sizing. We take foot health very seriously and would rather have them walk away and lose the commission sale than purchase a shoe which is blatantly misfit. An extreme instance ended in a loss of limb. 9 out of 10 people appreciate our blunt honesty on sizing and wouldn't go anywhere else for shoes, but some people just want a yes man and cannot fathom that we would disagree with them. This story happened to my manager while I was working with him. We'll call him M Manager. He's the best fitter in the entire company and has done this for over 30 years. The other day, a particularly stubborn lady, SL for short, had a very memorable 2-day interaction as I watched behind the counter. Stubborn lady walks into the shoe store and picks out a couple of shoes to try on. Everything in their interaction is very normal until she starts requesting her size. We measure every person who tries on shoes, and he informs her that her requested size is 2 full sizes too small. SL, I've been a size 6 for 20 years, so trust me when I say I'm a size 6. M, that's exactly why you're probably not a 6. Everyone's feet are growing over our lifetimes, and our arches slowly collapse as well, which elongates the foot even further. SL, just go grab me the size 6. M, I'll grab the size, but it's certainly incorrect, and I strongly recommend going up a size. As he walks to the back room, she's staring daggers at him as he does so. He returns with her requested size 6, and she crams her foot into the much too small shoe. SL, this feels about right. M, once again, you're a size 8, and this is much too small. It's really not good for your foot, and you may develop foot problems. I'm more than happy to show you your measurements and explain why. SL, I think I would know my own shoe size, and this is right. Rolls her eyes at him. M, I've been fitting shoes for over 30 years, and trust me, this is too small and will hurt your feet. I'd rather you not buy any shoes at all than leave in this size. SL, now almost yelling, this is my size, and I'm buying these shoes. M, I strongly discourage this purchase. Do not buy these shoes. If you do, this will be a final purchase, and they will not be returnable. SL, I don't care, I want the shoes and I'm buying them. My manager finally caves and allows the purchase to go through, and she leaves with her shoes. The next day, who else walks in besides SL, and this time she has a friend with her, and she's carrying one of our bags, which is indicative of a return. SL, I'd like to return these shoes, they aren't fitting correctly. M, I know they aren't fitting correctly, I informed you of that yesterday, this is not your shoe size. SL, well, I need to return these because I cannot wear these. Look at them, I only wore them in carpet and they look brand new. M, doesn't matter, this is a final sale and it says both on your receipt and on your customer profile. SL starts to raise voice, her friend's becoming uncomfortable. I cannot wear these shoes and I demand a refund. M, I will not be issuing a refund because I already informed you yesterday this size was incorrect. SL, but these are unusable. I wasted $150 on these. Is this how you treat your customers? M, ma'am, what did I tell you yesterday when you bought the shoes? SL, defeated in front of her friend, not to buy them. M, and that was your chance to not waste the $150. I'm sorry, but you will not receive a refund at any of our locations. The receipt and profile are both marked as final sale. SL, well, I cannot use these, and I'll never be shopping here again. She throws the brand new shoes in our shoe charity donation box, and her friend is looking embarrassed. M, thanks for the donation. Have a nice day. SL gives him a nasty look and storms out of the store, never to be seen again. M, what a nut. Good riddance. We continue to laugh about it the rest of the day. At least in her frustration, they went to a good cause. And our second story. Never mess with photographer. Never. I'm not a professional photographer, but friends and family ask me to take photos for them all the time. I love portrait photography and I'm happy to do the favor, but sometimes people are really awful/annoying, and then it really grates that I'm spending my evening or weekend shooting and then processing photos for free. A few years ago, I had a really bad client. A colleague asked me to do a family shoot on Mother's Day. I knew I'd have the morning to play with before going to see my own mom, so I accepted. It was going to be at a winery in the country, and my colleague offered to pay for me to join them for brunch. Bonus. We carpooled, and it wasn't until we got there that I realized that it wasn't just going to be my colleague, her husband, and her kids. It was my colleague's husband's entire family: brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, parents, and even both grandmas. 27 people. I'm immediately panicking about how long it's going to take to do this shoot and mentioned to my colleague, C, and her husband, CH, that I have to leave in 3 hours to get back for my family's Mother's Day. CH says it'll be fine. I don't really have a choice as we carpooled, so I try and relax and have fun. Brunch goes on forever, and when we're finished, we only have an hour for photos. I figured that should be fine if cutting it close, and I asked for CH's help in keeping his family organized and moving. I plan out the normal shots with CH, everyone together, family groups, kids, and then CH starts asking for couple shots as well, then siblings. I text my family, let them know I'll be a little late, but hoping it won't be too bad because CH will keep people moving. An hour and a half later, and everyone's having a bad time. The kids are crying, it's taking forever to get any shots at all. Why? Because CH is yelling at people. Hurling commands and orders, barking, foaming at the mouth. It's incredibly awful. The winery people come over a few times and ask us to keep it down. CH yells at them too. I'm praying that they kick us out. I try telling CH that I have to leave, that we can try again for photos another time. The family tries to leave. We're stopped. No, we must endure. When he tells his son that he's going to knock the snot out of him if he doesn't stop crying, something snaps inside of me. I stop trying to cheer people up, get fun photos, happy smiles. I just take the photos we need so we can all just GTFO. When I eventually get home, I do what I can with these miserable photos. I combine different frames to get group shots where everyone looks happy. Where that doesn't work, I touch up facial expressions so people look less harried. I steal bits from candid shots earlier in the day. These are impossible masterpieces when I'm through with them. I spend hours and hours making sure these pictures are going to hang in living rooms forever. Then I go through every single effing photo featuring CH, absolutely every one, and just enough to be slightly noticeable, just enough to look weird and awkward, I enlarge his head. Surprised me at the end. Brilliant. The seed's been sown. He'll be paranoid about his head size from now on. And our last story, run-of-the-mill entitled neighbor. I, 30-year-old female, and my husband, 35-year-old male, bought a house in an awesome neighborhood nearly 5 years ago when I got a much better job. We have a son, 6, and twins, 1 boy, 1 girl. We also have a small Bichon and a large white golden doodle. When we moved in, everyone, and I mean everyone, to each direction of us worked at the same place I worked. We all got along great. The exception was our entitled neighbor, Sarah, who was a higher up at our place of employment. This entitled neighbor decided that because she outranks me at work, that she can also boss me around at home. Big, fat, no. We've had some disagreements, but mostly avoid each other unless Sarah yells from their backyard to ours about whatever it is they're pissed about that day. I should mention that they have 3 monstrous dogs that'll bark and snarl at us through their privacy fence every second we're in our yard. They sometimes even climb the fence, and I have to snatch up my kids to run in the house before they get over our 4-foot chain link fence. One area we disagree on is that our properties back up to one another with a 6-foot by 220-foot city leeway between them. Neither of us are supposed to use this area as it's for city workers to access gas lines. Sarah grows rhubarb here. It's her pride and joy. It's huge and beautiful. Every now and then, my golden doodle, the athletic gal she is, will launch herself over the chain link and run along their privacy fence, barking back with their dogs. This disturbs, but does not damage the rhubarb. One morning, their dogs were out around 5 a.m. The neighbor next to them got home from his shift at 6 or so, prepared to sleep. Their dogs would not shut up, and Sarah would not bring them in. Finally, their neighbor had enough of it and called the police station to complain. This was not the first time they left their dogs out to terrorize the neighborhood. An officer that lives across the block happened to be on shift in the area and stopped by to ask them to bring their dogs in as they were disturbing the neighbors during quiet hours. We live near a hospital. Sarah immediately starts recording him and saying he's harassing her in her home and she's reporting him. He explains the situation through the locked door and leaves. Sarah calls the police station and tells them our dogs were in her yard making all the noise. The officer stops by our house a few hours later to let us know what she said and to ask us to keep the dogs in the fence. We explain they've been inside all morning, but we understand that our big dog can clear the back fence and will add more height to it immediately so she won't be able to anymore. He thanked us and is on his way. I go to the backyard and add height to the fence immediately. She tries to jump and fails. Problem solved. Sarah yells at me from her back porch, "You really think that's going to make a difference?" So I tell her, when it does, you won't be able to blame our dogs anymore, and I'd like to see you lie to the police then. She curses at me and goes inside. Here's the petty, and oh, it's so sweet. The police find out she lied to them after looking at our fence and determining there was no way our dogs could jump over their 6.5-foot privacy fence to be barking in her backyard. She obviously lied. They notice the rhubarb and ask me whose it is. I tell them Sarah has had that for years. They ticket her $2,500 for blocking a city leeway, and she has to remove every plant, close to 30, all because she couldn't take responsibility for her barking monsters. Justice was served this day. Edited to add, we sat in our lawn chairs around our fire pit and watched as she removed the plants. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.